You have to believe the man. And Taylor just stepped up and said, you can't talk to us like that. We weren't doing anything.
I got you.
Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while and I apologize, but today I have a very special treat for you. The treat that I have for you comes by way of a special guest, and that special guest is going to be a man named Dan Hills. Dan Hills is the former FOP president down in Cincinnati, Ohio, that I guess mainly represented the Cincinnati Police Department. He is now working for an organization called Frontline Advisors, and one of the things that they are looking to do is very similar to what I do, and just, you know, kind of break down viral police incidents and dispel the myths and kind of show the truth and the reality of what's going on. The reason that they contacted me today, or the other day, to make this video today, is because there was an incident that occurred in Cincinnati, Ohio, involving Cincinnati police officers that was picked up by these clowns that work for the Young Turks. This particular guy is, he calls himself Dr. Rashad Ritchie. He's one of those morons that if a police officer was helping an old lady cross the street, he would accuse the police officer of trying to steal the old lady's purse. That's who Dr. Rashad Ritchie is. And there's a video that the Young Turks made in response to a cell phone video that was recorded by a suspect. And of course, as we know how these viral cell phone videos go, they always start recording a couple minutes after the incident begins, and it doesn't tell you the full story. Well, they did that, and they ran with this story. And, you know, Dan Hills with the Frontline Advisory Group wanted to make a response to that and kind of put the truth out there. So I'm going to get out of the way in a minute and let him break down the video and give you his explanation about what happened during this incident in just a minute. That video is about 7 minutes long. But then immediately after that, I have another treat for you where I took, this is all video that was provided to me by the Frontline Advisory Group. I took the security footage from Cincinnati Metro Services, and I paired that up with the body camera footage, and I paired that up with the cell phone footage so that you can actually have the whole picture of what went on, not just the perspective of one guy with a cell phone who was narrating, and his narration was not exactly the truth. But with all of that in mind, I'm going to get out of the way because Dan did an excellent job breaking down this incident. Without further ado, here is Dan Hill of the Frontline Advisory Group.
Hello, this is Dan Hills with Frontline Advisors, here to respond to something that went out earlier this month. June 1st was the actual incident date, but right after June 1st, there was a video that went viral and is seen on local television stations here. And it was a video of an incident that happened at our government square, bus stops at our government square, and then was talked about and narrated by a guy that calls himself a doctor, Dr. Rashad Ritchie.
You tried to tase him, then you did tase him, then other officers came. You tased him some more, pepper sprayed him, finally arrest him, and you arrest him for the crime of resisting arrest. There's no other crime?
And apparently he's got a show on an internet service, and it's called The Young Turks. Well, the good doctor put out half-truths at best about the incident, which involved two Cincinnati police officers. And these two Cincinnati police officers have engaged Frontline Advisors. It's Sergeant Marcus Sherman and Police Officer Orlando Smith. I'm going to talk about it briefly and tell you that everything they did was not only proper, but rather restrained. So Marcus Sherman is working off-duty detail for Government Square. They do not like the type of foolishness that occurs down there often, and that's why they hire a police detail. So the subjects involved in that video that went viral and that you'll see along with my commentary, which is quite different than Dr. Ritchie's, is that they were breaking the law. Here's how they were breaking the law. Yes, you can possess marijuana in Cincinnati in a sense that it's been decriminalized now, but you're not allowed to smoke it in public. These folks were smoking weed in public. They were doing something else in public too. They were drinking in public, open flask. Not allowed to do that at Government Square. Not allowed to smoke weed in Government Square. And you're not allowed to be loud, rambunctious, disorderly, cussing, and making other people feel uncomfortable. That's what they were doing. That's what Sergeant Sherman observed them doing for a number of minutes before he finally said, that's enough. And he went up to talk to them. Yes, to talk to them. At first, it was a consensual encounter. Basically like, guys, can you take this somewhere else? He was not looking for any confrontation. The confrontation came from the arrested subjects in this matter. So now that there's more than just cell phone video, the full encounter, unlike what Dr. Ritchie said, that he was showing you the full encounter, he was not. The body-worn camera shows you the full encounter. The full encounter includes Marcus Sherman walking up, and then the suspect involved, the featured suspect in this video, getting up, taking a fighting stance, and then offering to kick Sergeant Sherman's ass.
Go ahead and make your move. Go ahead. Go ahead. Make your move. Move out the way, bro. Yeah, move. I got you. 1765. Caught me apart this way.
Which is kind of amusing. If you see Sergeant Sherman, I'm pretty sure I would put my money on Sergeant Sherman. But Sergeant Sherman did not want to have a fight with this gentleman. Matter of fact, he just wanted him to move on. He wanted him and the rest of his party to move on. But once this guy took this approach, not only did he have probable cause to arrest on those three things I mentioned before, but now he's obstructing official business. He's resisting arrest. And something he didn't even get charged with, which is menacing. He could have been charged with. You're not allowed to threaten to kick somebody's ass. Maybe the only reason he didn't get charged is because Sergeant Sherman knows this guy isn't going to be able to kick his ass. But all the same, it became such a out of control scene that Sergeant Sherman called for backup, dealing with a number of subjects. Some are actually behind him. This is a very unsafe situation for a police officer, and that's the role that you saw Orlando Smith. He came up. He drew his weapon. Why do you draw your weapon? Well, downtown in that area, there's a number of shootings that have occurred. Just several days ago, a 16 or 17-year-old young man lost his life just blocks away by a shooting. So Orlando Smith is being the rear guard. He has a weapon at ready. All of this is perfectly within policy, procedure, and frankly, it makes sense. It makes good tactical sense to have a rear guard. This narrative that he was blocking him from filming is absolutely silly. How can you block things from being filmed when you're filming them yourself? There's body-worn camera on Marcus Sherman. There's body-worn camera on Orlando Smith. There's cameras provided by Metro at Government Square and every other policeman to come up there. Nobody is trying to stop this from being recorded. All he is doing, Orlando Smith, is basically serving as a block between this subject and his approach to Sergeant Sherman and what he was dealing with two disorderly people, not counting the guy making the cell phone video, because the woman involved probably should have got arrested too for obstructing and disorderly conduct. So that's basically the purpose of this video. It's a very short response to Dr. Ritchie, other people like Fanon Rucker locally that made commentary about this without knowing what they were talking about, without getting the full video. And unfortunately, what happens once something's come out of the media, the police department doesn't gear up and say, "Hey, look, here's the whole truth." So that's what we're doing for these officers. Accompanied with my video here is the full body-worn camera. So check it out for yourself and realize that maybe you should always have a knee-jerk reaction when you see a little bit of cell phone video being put out by somebody that's trying to stir up trouble, because that's all this was somebody trying to stir up trouble. They created the situation at Government Square. Then they tried to create more of a situation by putting out, ain't even half truths, about 1/10 truths about what occurred, and then being aided by what I consider an absolute idiot and so-called Dr. Rashid Ritchie.
You have to believe the man.
And a show of the Young Turks, something that I won't waste my time ever following, that's for sure.
Alrighty, so there was Dan Hill's breakdown of the incident, along with some short clips from the body camera footage and cell phone footage that we used to review this. What you're going to see now is going to be a combination with all of the video on the screen at the same time, absolutely synced up. So you can see exactly what's happening on the cell phone footage at the same time as you can see what's happening on the body camera, as well as the security footage. It's important to be able to do this because Sergeant Sherman's body camera actually fell off during the confrontation with the suspect, and the cell phone footage obviously doesn't tell the entire story. So just as a reminder, just before walking up on these people and trying to talk to them, Sergeant Sherman observed them drinking alcohol in the open, as well as smoking marijuana in the open. When he approached them, his intent was just say, "Hey, you guys can't do that here. Go ahead and move along. There won't be a problem." Unfortunately, for the suspect, he had a problem, and he was placed under arrest for it.
Chill out, you can't.
Say what now? Now watch out. Watch out.
It's my little brother, sir.
Get your hands
This
off
is my
me.
little brother,
Watch out.
sir.
So
You can't
again,
walk up on
go
him.
ahead and make
Chill
your
out.
way.
Chill out. Chill out. Chill out.
Go ahead.
Chill
Go
out.
ahead.
Chill out.
You find behind that
Chill out.
bag.
Chill out.
I ain't hiding behind nothing.
Chill out.
I ain't hiding behind
Chill
nothing.
out, sir.
I'm talking to you.
Sir.
Go ahead and
Yes,
make your
sir.
way. Go
No,
ahead. Go ahead.
sir.
Make your move. Move out
Sir,
the way, bro.
chill out. You can't go to jail.
I got you. 1765. Start me apart this way. I got one for you. Hey, watch out, bro. Watch out, bro.
No.
Go ahead and turn
No.
your watch out.
No,
Turn.
sir. No.
Put your hands behind your back.
Sir. Sir. No.
Put your hands behind.
No.
Hey, boy. Put your hands behind your back.
Daddy, chill out.
Hey, boy, watch out.
Don't shoot me, please. Don't shoot me.
Watch out.
Please.
Put your hands back.
Chill out.
Put your hands
Chill
back.
out. Chill out.
Start me your court. 1765.
Please.
Say what?
Chill out.
Turn around, put your hands
Chill
behind
out.
your back.
Chill out, sir.
Turn around and put
Chill
your
out,
hands
sir.
behind your back.
Sir, can you please chill out?
Turn
Sir.
around and put your hands
Sir, can you
behind your
please?
back.
Can you please chill out? Sir. Sir.
Watch out,
Can you
lady.
please?
Watch
Can you
out.
please, sir?
Watch out.
Sir, I'm begging you, sir.
No, he going
I've
to
been
jail.
on.
He
He
going to
didn't
jail.
do nothing.
I want
He
you to
didn't
be
do
right.
nothing.
Show me you gonna
He
do
did
that.
not. He did not do nothing. He did do nothing. He did do nothing. He did. He did, sir. Sir, please don't touch my brother. Sir, please don't touch my brother. Please don't touch my brother. Please. It's my birthday, and then yes, I am getting on the bus. Yes, I'm getting on the bus. Sir, please, sir, please don't touch the car, please. Please, sir. Please, sir.
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Hey man, you ain't gotta do that shit, bro. You ain't gotta do that, bro. You ain't gotta do that, bro. Put your hands behind your back, bro. Put your hands behind your back. You ain't gotta do that shit, man. Put them behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Get your fucking sword. Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. Get your sword. Take your hands. Get your fucking sword. Behind your back now. Get your sword. Go ahead. Hey, you got no sword. Hey, you got no sword. You a bitch. Get your sword. Put your hands behind your back. I ain't getting nothing. Get your sword now. Get your sword now. Right now. I command your sword. Put your hands. stuff and go.
Hey, Bob, I request your authority. Hey,
1765.
I do nothing.
Hey, Diesel, stand down. Turn around, put your hands behind your back, bro. Turn around and put your hands behind your back, bro.
I ain't do nothing. I've been backing up. Come on, man.
I know.
I ain't did shit.
I know. I know.
Come on, man.
There you
I
go.
ain't did nothing.
You ain't want to leave?
Put your hands behind your back. Put your hands behind your back. My hands behind my back. My hands behind my back. What's wrong with y'all?
There
My
you
hands
go.
behind my back. Come on, man. I ain't did shit. I ain't did shit,
Ask
bro.
multiple times to keep it moving.
I did,
Thank
bro.
you.
I bagged up, though, bro. I want y'all bags number. Everybody else over here. I guess you want his bags number. His ass getting fired.
1765. Go ahead, move.
I want his sergeant. Call the sergeant. And don't y'all listen.
1765, all is well. We got the individuals in custody. But do me a favor and start me a lieutenant for a taser and makes deployment on my end.
I do got it.